Yo, okay. So I just wanted to make a quick little talk video, as I've done on a couple of occasions in this past year, uh, where I talk a bit more seriously about something that's on my mind, um, that I feel it's better to say than to just like think about it. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm just hanging out on my friend's Minecraft server while I talk about this, just so I'm doing something in the background, so there's something in the background of the video too. Um, but basically what I want to talk about is why I think it's really important to spend as much time with people as you can. Because you see, the start of this year, January 16th, I very suddenly and just horrifically lost my mum just overnight. No warnings, no like clear signs that it was gonna happen, nothing. It just happened overnight. And about a year and a half, maybe 2 years prior to that, I actually lost my dad, not biological dad, but like my father figure growing up. So kind of a stepdad, but not like legally, if that makes any sense. I actually lost him to cancer. So with him, there was obviously like that build up, where, you know, even though it was a shock on the day, like it was still, everyone sort of knew, okay, he'll either come out of this all right, or you know, something will go wrong. But with him, it was like, I don't want to say expected because that sounds messed up, but I'm sure you know what I mean. It wasn't a sudden thing that no one expected, you know. And with my dad, it was, the case there is, okay, so for context, I live with my grandparents. My mum lived in her own flat. My dad lived with his parents. And we're all like within the same town and stuff, like 10-minute walks away from each other, sort of thing. And basically, with my dad, I had been, you know, encouraging my mum to go and see him with me for a while. But she was putting it off because she didn't really want to see him in such a like down state, and to be honest, neither did I. I didn't really want to see him like that, which is why I was also trying to encourage her to go, was because, you know, it would be easier for us both if we were both there. And so this was going on for a while where we were like, yeah, we'll see him soon, we'll see him soon. And then it's on the exact day that we decide to go that we get there and find out he passed away that morning. We left it too late and we didn't get to see him again, you know, which was pretty rough. And that was a pretty rough time for me, but I was able to like keep myself more together because at the time I was more focused on like my mum and you know, helping her get through it, because he was a nice guy, honestly, he really was. And yeah, it just really sucked. Really, really sucked. But I'm able, I'm capable of putting my own thoughts and feelings aside to, if it means being, you know, emotionally available for those who feel worse and stuff, you know. But then what happened from that is, you know, I started thinking more and more about the importance of, like, spending time with people, because the the fact that we showed up on the day that he had passed away, it felt like not even real, you know, it felt scripted and just like the most perfectly written sequence of events to cause the most distress in our lives. And it didn't feel fair. And I started thinking to myself, okay, so it's really important to spend time with people so that this kind of thing doesn't happen. You don't have to feel that guilt. Well, last year, towards the second half of last year, the latter half, I'd been spending less and less time at my mum's flat with her, because I usually went there like every weekend or during the weekdays sometimes, because it was closer to college, so I had less of a commute. And I also just enjoyed staying there, seeing her, seeing our cats, who also live there and still do live there with her boyfriend, who became a friend. He's been around for a few years now, so he's trusted and stuff. But basically, as I was spending less and less time with her, it got me thinking again about like the importance of spending time with people, because, you know, you never know what could happen. But I kept pushing that thought aside because I was thinking to myself, you know, if I spend time with her for the sole reason of like, you never know what could happen, I don't want to have regrets, that just felt off to me, because it made me feel like I was already accepting that she was gone before she ever was, you know. I didn't want to spend time with her as if she only had a year left to live, because I didn't want to think that way. If I'm going to spend time with her, I want to spend it with her knowing that, you know, she's going to be around for years and years, and we're going to spend a lot of time together and a lot more years together and stuff. But then that obviously came back to bite me. I spent last Christmas with her, Christmas of 2022. And then after that, I think I spent one more day with her, the last Wednesday before the Monday where she passed. And, you know, everything just came flooding back to me. Like, I should have just listened to myself. I should have just spent the time with her and, you know, just gotten over my insecurities about it and spent the time with her. But obviously I can't really hold it against myself, because again, it was sudden. It was just like no one could have foreseen it happening. So I have to think about it like that, where it's like no one could have known, you know. So I just can't hold it against myself. That's all I really wanted to talk about, is just like, even if it feels morbid to spend time with someone based on the reason of like you never know what could happen to them, or you I think it's just best to get over it, because it's just true. You never do really know what could happen. Alright, that's about it. Peace out.